The following video will be the best you ever seen. You have now been forewarned. Goodbye.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
Loading. Welcome 43rd.
Okay. Bet. What's up? How y'all doing? It's me, your lovely host, Lyric. Today's video is gonna be about last video I had spoke on, which was my first video. I had spoke on how I have this belief and that there's no such thing as bad things. So I'm gonna explain about that, about what's the meaning of that and how did I come to that conclusion. There's no such thing as bad things. So yeah, without further ado, we finna get it. There are no such thing as bad things. Okay, before y'all say what?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
There's no such thing as bad things. First I have to really get into the fact. First, I believe in God. I got saved July 30th, 2019, so it's been a year by now, since I think today, August 6th, pretty sure, today, August 6th, so, I basically have to get started in that story, so I'm gonna give you like a brief, summary about what happened. So, I grew up with the belief of God. Everybody was always talking about it, my people always talked about it, and growing up, I was just like, yeah, I hear y'all. I hear what you're saying, but me, I had a traumatizing childhood. Who hasn't? But I'm like, yeah, I see y'all. But I'm like, he ain't never did nothing for me. I don't know home like that. He don't know me either. Like, he wouldn't have had me go through these things in life if he was really real. You feel me? And then I ain't believe in the Bible for a very long time. I actually just started really believing into it. I didn't believe because y'all know people have taken it and taken certain things out of it, and so it's like at that point I'm like, I'm not finna read something that somebody else done wrote, and especially it's man-made. People lie. But so they know that we know they have tampered with the Bible, but that's what they want us to think. Oh, they tampered most of it, but they actually probably tampered maybe with 5% of it. The rest of it actually very accurate, and very true. They might just change a couple names because they changed like names and all that, but majority of the information that you need to get by day to day is actually still in the Bible. And they want us to be scrutinized that mind frame that, oh, it's not true because they don't mess with it. That's why we know they mess with it. But we didn't know how much is the instinct to the, I'm using that word right? How much they actually did mess with it, and they actually didn't mess with it a lot. They probably messed with maybe 5% of it. The rest of the 1,000 pages are very true, and they just change names and change different facts, change different things, but the information that you do need is still in the Bible. So anybody who had that problem with reading the Bible, you should probably still read it, because it's not that much that has changed. So they just want us to know. But then it's the point after I had graduated, and after I had graduated, I had wanted to really get into it. So how did I get into that? So basically, ever since I was younger, I had these big dreams and had like these big hopes and stuff I wanted to do in my life. And ever since I was younger, I always had these age limits I would put myself on. Like, I'm gonna be a billionaire by 20. Not millionaire, I skipped millionaire. I jumped straight to billionaire. I wanna be a billionaire by 20. I wanna be a director. I wanna be a lawyer. I wanna do this. So I would put these numbers, I would put these age limits on that. And so I was just like, so one day, like, I was finna graduate high school or something like that. Or I might have been already graduated high school. I came to a conclusion, I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to do this. These people want me to go to school, go to college for 4 years, just to get a degree, and then did a good degree, I'm gonna have to go to the job. And honestly, I have a problem, authority problem. I don't like really listening to people. Human beings, I really don't like listening to people because I have trust issues. I can't trust people, so it's like I'm not finna listen to you. I promise I'm not. And so that my mom, she really deep in the God thing. My sister also taught. She was really deep in it, and like she was around the same age as me. So I'm like, and they was talking about all the different promises he gave them and all that. And I'm like, I mean, I guess he sound alright. He sound real interesting now. Like now, now y'all done brought him into it. Like he sound alright, and like basically how they say how he give you inheritance and how he promised and how basically promises he have given the people, the Israelites and all that, and you know, black people is the true Israelites. Sorry, but so on that I don't remember what really made me click. Really, well yeah I do really remember. I really came to the conclusion I'm not gonna be able to reach my dreams by myself. So I want to see what y'all got about. You feel me? Like what he about? Is he really how y'all really got him cut out to be? Like he really that good? And honestly, I did it. I can't tell you the exact day when I really decide, I want to be with God, because it was a different day from when I got saved. When I got saved, I want to say when I really surrendered everything to Him. So I ended up getting into Him. I'll probably make a whole YouTube video about the whole full story. I'm really trying to summarize it up so I can get to the point how I got to the that belief. But so then I got into Him, and I started learning different stuff about it. I still don't want to read the Bible. I'm like, I don't trust it like that still. I ain't started reading the Bible till like August last year, maybe September, maybe. At that point, it might have been September. But yeah. So I got into them, and I started learning different stuff about myself. And like in past video, how I said, I got social media and all that. This was before that. This was like while I was in high school. And you know, so then there's that summer after I graduated, and I had gotten this argument with my dad, and he wanted me. I always, ever since I was younger, I never wanted to be rich. You know, I just said I had these big dreams. I want to be a millionaire, billionaire. Yeah, but I never really wanted to be. I want to be happy. Because my childhood was so traumatized. I just wanted to be happy. Like I never felt the happiness, honestly and truly, until really I got with God. I was not happy. Now I got with Him, and then I realized I'm happy, and that I was happy, and then I realized that everything that happened to me was not a bad thing. And so then after that, that was like June last year, and then when July came, I'm like, because one thing, I have problems with trusting humans, but when it came to God, I just put everything I trust in Him to lead my life. I realized one thing, I have zero power. I can't control nothing. He wakes me up in the morning. He decides if something to happen today, something good can happen, something bad can happen. So, yeah, so then I was like, okay, I'm finna give everything to you, you feel me? I'm finna trust in you and believe and have faith that everything that you instilled in me, cause you put all that stuff in me, you put all them dreams in me. So I'm like, I'm gonna trust that you finna come through with everything that you have promised me, everything that you have put inside me, that I'm gonna be that lawyer, I'm gonna be that director, I'm gonna build shelters. I always wanted to build shelters. I'm gonna help people, cause you put that stuff inside me, and so that's what I did. And yeah, it been a year, and like, with God, you go through tests and trials, and I ain't gonna lie to you, that junk ain't easy. That junk is not sweet. It's not easy. Yeah, but it's not easy, but it's real simple. Well, I mean, not easy, but once you get past it, you realize, because if you mess up, you go through it again. You go through it again until you get it right. It'd be different situations. Like, let's say you need to work on your anger, that somebody can come bother you, and you snap on them, you gotta go to that test again. And that same person ain't gonna come let's say somebody stole some money from you, and you snap on them again, you gotta go through another. You gotta go through the same thing. It's gonna be a test of your anger continuously happen until you pass it. So, how my stuff went, I had to go through tests with other people, like as a team. That's a whole nother big story. I'm getting that later. That was like, but it really helped because if I was feeling down, somebody else would pick me up. But if they felt down, I picked them up. I helped them out. But I was really positive. So now that I gave you the backstory about how I believe in God and all that, I trust in Him, I surrender to Him. Let me lead to the point how I believe there's no such thing as bad things. Okay, so it's really simple. Like, for example, I believe that anything that happened to you shouldn't really consider that a bad thing. Like me personally, growing up, I did not have a good childhood. I was really groomed up to be like, how, I was kind of hard to explain. I was groomed up to be like a successor or something like that. I had everything I did was not good enough to other people's eyes. Like, I had got AB on the road. I had got accepted to 10 colleges. But even if I did all that, it still wasn't good enough. So I was raised up like, oh yeah, you can always do better. It's like I always got criticized that. So growing up, that's just crazy on top of it. Anyways, but so after I really got God, I had came to a point where I was just sitting in my room. I talked to myself a lot, and I was just talking, and I was just saying, there's really no such thing as bad thing. Everything is turned, like it's in scripture where he say, anything that meant for my bad, it was always be turned around for my good, something like that. I'll put the scripture up. But so basically, yeah. So to that point, so how we see things is not the same way that God sees things. God never give us more than we can handle. And honestly, what people believe, he knew everything behind. He knew us before we was in forming our mama's stomachs and all that. He know everything that's gonna happen in our life. It's all written for us. So let's say, for example, I said no such thing back then. Let me give you an example. Okay, let's say your car break down, alright? Oh, now you're like, oh, it's a bad day. Oh, the devil done tried to ruin my day and all that. This really done piss me off. But you never know. If you got your car, if your car was working, you could have gotten in a car accident. You could have died. But the fact that your car did not work, that was saving your life. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's a good thing. Your life just got saved because your car didn't crank. And for another example, this kind of like really controversial is people. This kind of like a really sensitive talk to people. But when people die, like let's say for example, like a little child died. If people be like really like, oh, they were going too young, but you never know what they had going on in that future. What happened in the future? They would got kidnapped and putting it on a sex trade and all that. But instead of them going through such things, they died young. So they never went through that. And instead they living like they are not free. They do not have to worry about the things that happen in this earth. Because as we see, we got coronavirus, we got kids getting kidnapped and getting treated badly in foster homes and all that. Them kids is not safe, honestly. So that's really a blessing that child really got taken away at a young age. So we would never have to go through no hardship of this life, because everything about this life is really hard. But it's supposed to really build. Anything that happened to us really is supposed to build our character, because he never give us too much to handle. It's supposed to build our character and all. Like, for example, when I was younger, like for example, like when I was younger, right? I just always get insulted, and like when I was like younger, they would like tell me how I was worthless, I was stupid and all that. But I never let that really affect me. I got mentally and physically abused, but I didn't really let that affect me. Alright, you say I'm stupid, alright, I'm gonna go even harder then. That's why I have applied to so many colleges. I had got accepted to a Stanford summer situation. I can't remember what it's called. Ended up not going because people just didn't want me to succeed. But honestly, I wasn't really upset about that because I'm gonna get my turn at the end of the day. If it really was meant for me, I'm gonna experience everything that's really meant for me. But you, so basically, throughout them 3 examples, what I'm saying, there's no such thing as bad things. It's just how we was raised in this country that there's a lot of bad things. Like something that when something happens, it's automatically a bad thing, but necessarily it's really not. It's really like something happened to you. It's really a growing experience. It's how you can help somebody else grow from that situation, and so they can be just as good as you was. You feel me? So they be just as good as you was, and you can really teach them how to I don't know. You can really teach them how to do the situation better because everybody needs somebody to learn from. Everybody needs a mentor or something like that. So you overcome a situation, then you can go talk to somebody else and help them overcome the situation. Make them see it's really not that bad. It's sunny on the other side of the fence. Like I know right now all you see is darkness, but once you walk through it, you ain't finna see nothing but sun. It's really sunny over here. And it's full of happiness. And honestly, I felt nothing but that when I had surrendered to him. And it really changed, it really helped my mindset. Where like everything I went through, it was to get me to this point right here. So I can talk to people and tell them what you going through. I might not know exactly what you're going through, but you gonna get through it, and it's not meant to break you. I know you feel like, man, dog, on my last straw, I don't think I can do anymore, but you really can. Like what you doing, what you going through right now is nothing compared to the promises you got over your life. No matter what race you is, black, white, Mexican, Asian, all how many other races that's a lot, but I can't think about it. It don't matter what you is, everybody got promises over their life, and stuff, everything happen. It's stuff written about you. It's just people are put in your life. It's people that are meant in your life to make you and break you. Always remember that. What I mean by make you and break you, like it's situations you're like that you just got broken up with, right? You felt like you loved them with everything in your little heart, and you just don't know how you gonna move on. I'm gonna tell you how you gonna move on. You move on, honestly, because you feel like you gonna get this person the best 3 years of your life or whatever. But at the end of the day, they was like. They probably wasn't even meant for you. They supposed to teach you the things they supposed to teach you. Like, oh, they give me trusted you. Do not care. Do not let them win like that. So, yeah, you got trusted you now, but that don't really matter right now. Do not let that person, that situation you went through, build harden your character, harden your heart. Because in the end of the day, you're supposed to look at stuff like, okay, you taught me not to trust people off the gate. You feel me? You taught me how not to trust people out the gate. You taught me how to really situate who really for me, who really against me. You feel me? So yeah, and you got to really thank that person. Like you really helped me throughout. Like you showed me how to be a better person. People are temporary. Don't never forget that. People are temporary. Money is temporary. Some people, and I tell you something that people think about. Some people, which God has put in your life, is to make you or break you. Some people are to make you better. Some people are to break you. But don't never ever let. Some people are gonna try to break you. I take that back. To try to break you, but don't let them ever break you. Because honestly, you the only person that can control your life. Other people can't make you happy. Only thing that ever can make you happy is you and God. And God can instill things in your life feel like that. So that's it. That's all I really gotta say about how I believe ain't no such thing bad thing. I really honestly truly believe that. And honestly, I'm not perfect. You know I am with God. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes all the time. So when people interrupt me, it just literally pisses me off. I might do snap. I do snap on. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like rude people. I do snap on, and don't hold that against me. You feel me? Honestly, but Other than that, that's really all I gotta say. If anybody got any more questions about the situation, I try to really explain it as best as possible, but this part the best I can explain it. It's more that you gotta believe it. You gotta really believe like this is what I'm going through is not bad. This is supposed to help me. The fact that this happened probably saved my life. You gotta think about it like that. And so, and like let's say your car, like when your car messed up, maybe you ready to mess up in the parking lot, then you on the side of the road, then somebody could hit you. See, like stuff like that. People don't really think about that because we was taught to put that bad things happen and you just need to explode, but it's not really like that. So a like, comment, subscribe. If you got any questions, I most definitely would answer on the best of my capabilities. But yeah.